Class 4 step at also in race number 6. And it's over the 1200 metres. Flying Bonus, top of the book, second run in Class 4. He was placed Class 3, his previous Happy Valley start. Simply Fluke, unbeaten for Douglas White, just cannot draw a gate. He's out in barrier number 11 again. Space 10 weeks between races, couple of trials. Jade Phoenix, the 4, blinkers back on, makes his Happy Valley debut and Zach stays aboard. The 7, Hinyun Biz. 5 trials. He's looked pretty good in all of them. Interstellar ran into the money for the first time in 11 starts at his previous outing. Play to win. His win was off a racing 43 at the start of the season. Derek Long rode in that race. He's a rating 44, drawn 12, and Multimax, the 8-year-old, racing well. And he won a bold race again last time. He comes up with barrier number 9. Space and Play to Win. Tom have been up at Chungpa.
Speed here for the 6. Well, there's actually a lot of it. It's going to be good to fast. Multimax, Interstellar. So you've got Neil Callan, Interstellar, Multimax, Dylan Moe. Alfie Chan might even try and chime in there with Flying Bonus. Now, he's not been ridden back basically since his debut where he was slow out. So he's guaranteed to be there somewhere, I think. Space, Jade Phoenix, Hinyun Bis is a first start. He's got some speed. You've got Harrier Jet Destined Jewellery, but it'll be hotly contested 1200. Race 6.
Yep, blink and it'll be over this race. Simply Fluke, another one who's drawn wide once again. Look, he has no luck with the draws. Doesn't seem to worry the horse, though. He still wins. He's won his last 2. And he goes nicely in his work. I thought Space is on the improve. This horse is having a second start for the new stable. Draws well in barrier number 3. Definitely one at a bit of value is Space. So Ricky Hughes now got Space, and Destin Jury, good win from him 2 starts ago, backed it up with a nice 4th as well. He's been going like this all season, so another good piece of work from him. And he should get the race run to suit with all his pacing.
We're going to start our replays with the horse that is unbeaten out of the Douglas White barn in Simply Fluke. Tom, this was a massive win. He was a long way off them leaving the back.
Yeah, he certainly was. In the end, got back down to the rail after settling back at the start, got the right run right down the outside and was able to knock them all off here. Management Supreme, of course, running second. Just had a horror run with the draws. You just wouldn't believe it, really, when the draws came out that he'd come up with 11 again. Joe Moreira, Douglas White. He's been brilliant his last 2. Can he go on again, Paul?
Yeah, well, legs 11 once again for him, isn't he? Look, I've got him in there for second. I still think he'll run a really good race. Look, he should get the race run to suit as well.
He's up £9 for that victory is Simply Fluke. Neil Callan rides Interstellar. He rode the horse into his first placing in Hong Kong last start. To see if he thinks he can run in the money again, he had a chat with Ed Sedler.
Neil Interstellar, you've ridden him at his last few starts. Is he heading in the right direction?
Yeah, I think he's starting to get the gist of things now. His last run obviously was his best run with the blinkers on. You know, I got on him a few runs back and I'd done a bit of work on him in the morning, and he's kind of like he was very intimidating. Like he'd be like ducking at things and looking at stuff, and you know, we kind of just gradually got him to relax a little bit in the morning, and he started to turn a corner. And then 2 runs ago, he didn't run too bad with me. He tracked up from a good draw and he just didn't quite go on with it. And then I went over overseas form and I had a look through that and realised that when he was winning with blinkers on. So, but because of the way we were trying to teach him to relax and just calm down a bit, I was just worried about telling Francis to put the blinkers on. But we tried him on in the morning and it seemed to have worked. And then, you know, he always led on the speed. So we had a wide draw, so it was, if he jumped good and he committed and he was there, we were going to try what he did overseas, and it nearly came off. So it was his best run to date. So hopefully he can repeat the tactic from a good draw.
Was he a little bit too fired up though last time out, or was it just that he got there and he wanted to over-race a fraction?
Yeah, I think it was more or less from the wide draw, and I just had to clear the rest of them from my inside. Once he jumped well, but you know, you've got to commit them to make sure that they're going to clear the inside and nobody digs up. And once I got there, like I said, trying to teach him to relax. This is the thing what we'll be trying to do with him. And he just took a while to come back to me. But he wasn't over-racing, like he wasn't going to be able to finish off, which he proved in the straight. So, look, he's for me, I think he's come on since then. He's matured a bit. So, hopefully from a good gate, he can put the writing on the wall this time.
And that good gate is barrier number 2 for Interstellar. Back to the replays. This is a horse that Paul mentioned in the track work at Space, Paul, up at Chungfa. He's had a couple of trials up there and second behind Golden Bold, and he wins this one quite easily.
Yeah, it was a nice trial from this horse. He's only had the 1 start for the new stable, and it's the Ricky Hughes stable, who's our leading trainer this year. Thought he's definitely improved this horse. He's got barrier number 3, Blake Sin aboard. At 25 to 1, I didn't think he was the worst, so I found a spot for him.
A lot of gear change as well. The pacifier coming off, the crossover noseband coming off, and the hood and tongue tie going on for the first time. He had a regular heart rhythm last time out, so look, I'd just be happy to watch a lot of those trials there at Chung Fa, especially down the back straight there over 1,000 metres. They don't have a lot of pressure in them.
OK, Paul, so we've got Simply Fluke in the numbers. Whereabouts?
Yeah, second for me. I'm going to go with Jade Phoenix. Horse I've had on top a few times. He's coming back here to Happy Valley. They're putting the blinkers back on him. He's got barrier number 4, so he's got a lot of ticks there with Zach Purton aboard. To beat Simply Fluke, Destined Jury's been consistent and space of value. 4-2-6-3.
4 on top for me as well. That is Jade Phoenix. Zach Purton jumps on board here once again for Frankie Law. Blinkers are being reapplied. He's been a bit costly for punters, but he was a little bit one pace last time out. He has had a trial at Happy Valley as well. That was earlier on in his career. He'd finished him behind Flying Bonus. Simply Fluke goes in. Flying Bonus was sent out short in the market last time out, and in the end was actually pretty disappointing. Alfie Chan jumps on board this time round for Dennership. And Kung Fu Tea at a bigger price, 32s and 11s. He's fresh. Hampered late last time out. He's had a stress fracture issue in the left front. Was well back in a recent barrier trial, but I think there's something there with him, Kung Fu Tea. So 4-2, 1-10. Vincent Ho still hasn't had a winner yet this season for David Hall from 33 rides. So that hopefully can be in the mix there for them.
Jade Phoenix out of that trial where Sky Gem ran 4th. He came out on the first race at Sha Tin last Sunday. A break here on Racing to Win. 3 really good races to preview very shortly.